Today I'm going to show you how to blur your sprites in Scratch. So if you go to the look section and then go to the effects, we can see one effect is missing, the blur. We even have pixelate and everything like that, but we still don't have a blur function, which I think Scratch should add. But we will still be using this block. So we're going to use the ghost effect. We're going to take this ghost effect and we're going to stamp multiple versions of the ghost affected sprite onto each other, and then it will look blurry. So let's get right into it. First, like any good program, we have a when green flag clicked, and this time I'm just going to center it, so go to X0, Y0, but you can change that if you want. Now we want to get out our pen, and then let's erase all at the start, so every previous stamp gets deleted. Now this is where we use our ghost effect, so we're going to set the ghost effect to 99, so it's almost invisible, but you can still see it somewhat. You can see you almost don't see it, but I promise you it's still there. If you look really closely, you can see it. Alright, next we want to define a custom function. So this custom function will be called blur, and we want to specify the amount we're going to blur, so amount, and then add an input amount. And we want to run this without screen refresh because we're going to be repeating this a bunch of times. So we're going to take out the repeat block like I said, and we're going to repeat this 150 times. So we're going to stamp 150 times. And if I just do this right now and I do like blur amount, it doesn't matter, let's say like 100, we can see we have a normal stamped Scratch Cat and there's nothing blurred about it. And no matter how much we change this number, it looks the same because we haven't used the amount yet. What we want to do is we want to take this exact thing, but we want to change the position. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to X, and then we're going to pick random. Let's say for example -5 to 5, and then we're going to do the same for the Y axis. And we can already see how blurry that looks. But we want to adjust this too, and we want to adjust this with the amount. So we're going to do join minus amount to amount, and we want to do the same thing for the Y axis. Now, the bigger this amount is, the more blurry it will be. For example, if I change the blur amount to 0, it's not going to be blurry at all because it's just going to be stamping at X0, Y0. And if we increase this, we can see it gets more blurry. But after like 5, like for example, if we do something like 20, we can see it kind of freaks out. And a scale of 5 is not what we want. That's not really practical because we're going to have to go into decimals and stuff like that. So we're going to make a new variable and we're going to call it blur amount. And in here, we're going to set the blur amount to the amount divide by 20. So we're going to be working on a scale of 100 in this parameter here, but it's actually going to be on a scale of 5 in this variable, and we're going to change everything here to function with this variable. So just replace the amount with blur amount. And just like that, now if we put 20, we can see the blur is reasonable, and if we put 100, we have a lot of blur. And you can just change this if you want. For example, let's make a counter. I can say change the counter by 1, put this in the counter like this, and we can say at the start we'll set the counter to 0, so there will be no blur at the start, and then we're going to do repeat 100 times, and you can see it's slowly becoming more blurry. At the end, it's a lot of blur. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see how to make more effects in Scratch, then this video is super helpful.